It's The Matrix Resurrections, and it's like, yay, it's another beloved film franchise that has been resurrected because Hollywood died to death a long time ago. But don't worry guys, they'll probably remake it in a few years anyway. Film begin, and here's military men and they're kicking doors in because they're after that lady from the first films. You know, like Tiffany. And now she's getting arrested. Whoa, she's not getting arrested. She's kicking their asses with excessive slow motion. But while that's going on, what's behind that wall over there? It's RoboCop and Very Strong Lady, and they're having a proper good old gander at it. Where's Tiffany now? She's running across the rooftops while fighting very serious men because they're actually Matrix agents. But if you look over there guys, there's RoboCop and Very Strong Lady, and they've just realised that this whole scene that they're watching is actually a trap by the Matrix intended to capture them somehow, and it isn't really explored or explained why. So RoboCop is like, screw this, I ain't gonna become an FBI statistic, later bitches, and then screws off. Which was great timing actually, because he's a freaking agent. So she gets arrested, and now she's running away somehow. She gets into a shop while a bunch of serious men are outside searching for her. And oh no, they're now coming into the shop. But stop right there, someone just Deus Ex grabbed her, and now she's in a different room entirely, standing off with a random man, where she tells him, this is a modal simulation, which is like kind of a Matrix, but a Matrix within a something like that. Didn't really get it. Anyway, you're sentient AI, which is basically ChatGPT with extra steps. So they get chatting, and she picks up a name badge, which is Mr. Anderson's, and she's totally spazzed about it, saying, it's that guy from those films, you know, like Bill and Ted or whatever. But random man says he doesn't actually exist in this particular simulation. I should know, I have searched for him for many years. And Strong Female, she knows that he exists here because she's seen him once, but can't really explain it, but does have a memory of him looking at her. And Random Man, he also has a recollection too, which kind of contradicts what he just said. Anyway, he saw him in the mirror, but not like actually saw him. He just one day figured out that this entire thing was a simulation. So Strong Female finally asks him, who are you? And he says, I'm Morbius, because there is no way that that guy is Morpheus. So she's like, what? Morbius? That like vampire guy? And then starts giving him a hug without consent, saying like, here, I have 2 pills, one of them is blue, and the other one is a red pill. And if you take the red one, we could totally get out the simulation. Which he immediately gobbles up with no questions asked. But now he's on a bit of a woozy, and he's saying, oh my god, I've just realised, mail-in voting is not a secure way to conduct an election. And she's like, what? It's not that kind of red pill, you dingus. Soon transmission, and here's Neo, who's now a game designer working on a game called The Matrix. Is like, get it guys? It's The Matrix, and the film's called oh, forget it, because he has amnesia from the trilogy, but is creating a game based on it. And he's like, yeah guys, they're literally doing an amnesia plotline. But wait, Chuck just rolled up and he's going like, you right boy, did you want to go for a coffee? Which they do, and Chuck is telling him, oh man, that game you designed, it was amazing. It was the best game I've ever played. Which is kind of a weird dialogue tree considering they're meant to be like established friends in this. But look out, there's Tiffos who just rolled up, and Neon is like, oh my god. And Chuck says, well, that's one hot MILF, which entirely is in keeping with the original film's themes and dialogue. So Chuck tells him, I know you want to lay some big fat meaty pipe on her, so go over there and introduce yourself, you silly goose. But he's a massive pussy, so he goes up instead. And Neo, he's all embarrassed saying, look, I'm sorry. And you know, she's cool about it, saying like, hi, my name's Tiffos, let's shake hands. Which he does. But oh no! Immediate blue balls, guys, because her husband just rolled up. So they leave, and I'm really interested. It's later, and Neo is in his office looking at his hand, and he's thinking to himself, I ain't gonna wash this ever again. I might even sit on it later and play stranger. But there's bigger fish to fry because Asian man says that the boss man wants to see him. So he goes off and gets a random Agent Smith flashback out of literally nowhere, which is a very strange series of events. They get talking about Neo's therapy because he now has mental problems. And he's getting some more flashbacks from the first film again, which is even strangelier. So what are they talking about now anyway? They're talking about the Warner Brothers and how they were demanding a sequel to the game that he made, and they're going to do it with him or without him. And it'll just be the same story with different faces. And no joke, they are literally trying to do a meta commentary in this film. Oh my god, it's so self-aware, just like She-Hulk. Time passing, and Neon, he's in therapy with Barney from How I Met Your Mother, and he's saying, I'm having mental problems because I keep thinking I'm in a computer simulation. So Barney tells him, look, don't worry about it, you're just going through a few struggles. And Neon, he's looking really bigly upset right now, and Barney's like, maybe you just need to take a little break. But that's not what's happening. He's just trying to figure out, how did that bus make the jump over the bridge in speed? Flip-flop. And now he has drugs. And would you believe it, they're all blue pills. So he takes one and suddenly can't define what a woman is. And then he goes takes a shit. What's Tifo's up to? She's at the coffee shop. And here's Neo. So they get chatting where she says, that game you made? Oh, I played it on my PC, I did. And that Trinity chick kind of looks like me a little bit. And that's a real mysterious. But oh no, she has to go now. It's like that's the worst possible timing because like the plot was starting to happen. He goes back to work and now there's some kind of emergency going on. So he's asking, well, what the hell's happening here, guys? And it's the FBI coming to save democracy with guns. And strangely, he gets a text saying, come meet me in the bathroom, you big boy. And oh my god, he did. And it's freaking Morbius. So Neon immediately goes to take the knee for George Floyd, but Morpheus is like, look, you've been gobbling that CNN garbage for too long. You need to take this red pill, bro. But wait, the policeman just came in blasting, like before he could take it. So he gets to head out of there and then big explosions, like, yay. What's the boss man doing? Wondering what the fuck is going on, obviously. And there's a gun, so he picks it up, and now somehow he's Agent Smith. I mean, literally for some reason. And he shouts, Mr. Anderson! And then gets shooting at Neo. And then a cat appears. And now he's with his therapist, Barney, because he was just having a mental breakdown. Everything's fine. No one died. He's just a bit mental. Anyway, it's nighttime and he's having a rooftop booze up while remembering all the other Matrixes. And then he watches a pigeon fly away. And he's like, no way. It's 2020 and I can identify as what I want. Therefore, I am a pigeon. I can totally fly and crap on people in the streets. So he gets up on the edge and he's ready to begin the shit-a-geddon. But wait a minute, here's drunk female. And she says, you totally changed my life because I saw you jump off a building once. But let's forget about that for one moment. Check out my tattoo. I did it myself, I did. It's a rabbit, just like the first film. So they head through a doorway which is actually a portal to Japan. And they head into the toilets, which is bloody huge. And there's Morbius, and he's watching the original Matrix, saying, have you seen this? This is what we could have made. But sadly, it's the modern age, so we need to make everyone be two-dimensional with crap dialogue trees and super strong females. Anyway, that red pill we talked about, take it, and you'll never deep throat a media narrative again. So he goes, fine, but this better not be some Ben Shapiro nonsense. That guy's a far-right extremist. And then he takes it, and they're like, are you alright, bro? And he's absolutely fine. He's just feeling a little bit woozy, saying, maybe giving children puberty blockers is a really, really bad idea. And strong female gets angry, saying, oh, what, this again? It's not that kind of red pill. But oh my god, it's the cancel mob who just burst in with guns and like 10-year-old tweets. So it's big fight time with rocket launchers. They escape back onto the Japan train, and very, very easily, they're all fine. And there's nothing wrong. Wait, oh my god, there is something wrong. There's a bunch of Japanese Matrix zombies. So it's big fight time again because, oh, the action's so great. We've got to cover up for the utter shite of a plot line. So back to the bathroom again, which is now incredibly small here. And Strong Lady tells him, quick, get in the mirror. Which he does, and now he's awake in real life. And there's Trinity. And then a robot comes along and transports him out of there. Chair time, and he's getting a medical, and he's not feeling too well, guys. He has the coronavirus. So he gets some training montage with Morbius and virtual reality, where they're pretty much repeating the first film. Remember when I had like the big old kung fu fight? He's all goodly now and is up, and he's like, oh, it's such a relief, the tension was unbearable. And Strong Lady, who's not blue head anymore, says, look, let's go meet the crew, which they do, and here's RoboCop, Black Panther, Nerdy White Man, and all my robot friends. So basically the Transformers with extra steps. And there's freaking Morbius, who's now also a robot because, like, you know, Morbius died. So where are they off to? Well, of course they're off to the new Zion, which they've built an entire city, and it's like, no one noticed them building that? Seriously, no robot noticed that someone was building a big old city. Anyway, they land up and head to meet the general. And oh my god, it's that lady from the first films, like Niobe or something, but fuck my ass! They did a Guy Pearce from Prometheus by sticking her in an old lady suit. It's not like they couldn't have just got an old lady who could actually just play the role. But she's really pissed off at Strong Lady because she went on a mission to get Neo without a freaking permission slip. There's all these conflicts and no one actually cares. Guy Pearce says, look, I don't actually believe in the one. I know in the last films, like you literally were the one, but I just don't believe it because it's just far right propaganda. So everyone else piss off, but not you, Neon. You're looking fine, boy. So they go on an orange juice date and then go walk where they like have plants and foods and robots. He's like, is anyone actually interested in this? No, let's move on then. Because then they're having a walk where it's flashback time and it turns out that a whole load of machines went to war with each other because there was a rising power that wanted to control the humans and make a new matrix. So you had like some robots who were with the humans and then the enemy Terminator robots. And now it's flashback over. And here's a statue of the actual Morbius, which is kind of as good as the Cristiano Ronaldo one. You know, the one with like the melted face. Anyway, he tells her, Guy Pearce, it's my Tiffany. She's still alive and we must go get my sock puppet back. But she says, no, you stupid bitch. Stop thinking with your dick. You'll kill us all. And now you're under arrest. So he's in a chokey, just like chilling out and all that. You know, he's having a good day, just looking outside. It's, whoa. What's going on over there? It's Robo Morbius, who says, are you enjoying yourself, Neo? And he's like, it's actually kind of okay. I'll get 3 hot meals a day. And sometimes I let me play the Xbox, although the games are only Kinect ones. But Morbius, he ain't done talking, saying, you know that team who totally busted you out of the Matrix without consent? Well, they're actually gonna like break the rules again because they're waiting for you to go get your tiffos, boy. Scene transmission, and now they're on the ship somehow with no one catching them. And they've just located tiffos in the Matrix. But there's a big ducking issue because she's blue-pilled to shit. And she loves CNN. She even wants to go to Dildo Butt Monkey Hour for kids. So will probably not want to come out of the Matrix. But like hell, Neo is going to let her vote for Biden again. And then heads into the Matrix himself. But stop right there. It's Agent Spliff out of literally nowhere. Who says, Barney, your therapist guy, right? He's behind the Matrix. And he's an evil dude. And now me and you are going to fight for some kind of reason with my friends who are the Exiles. It's like, who are the Exiles? Don't know. Don't really care. Because they're all now fighting and like, you know, you got to have the action or the audience will get even more borderlier. And oh no, now Agent Smith and Neo are totally 1v1ing each other big time. It's like, so scary, I hope they all die. And it's now fighting over very easily. And they all meet up again where a French exile guy goes, this isn't over, we'll get a franchise spin-off. Which is so meta, I now have AIDS, because that was actually in the film. Flippity flop, and Neo is gonna get back his tiffos, who's currently working on her motorbicycles. And she's like, oh my god, what happened to you? A random extra man, call a doctor. But he says, look, I'm absolutely fine. And like, yeah, he's absolutely fine. It's a small cut in the face, you dingus. What is this dialogue? It's like AIDS or something. And then he says, listen, we haven't got much time, but I love you, Tiffo. But stop right there. It's a cat out of nowhere. And here's Barney who just rolls up saying, I've been waiting for you, Mr. Neo. I know what you know, and you know you're in a simulation. So I'm going to slow down time. And he's really slow now as well, but not Barney. He's zipping around. And then he does an entire monologue of his evil plan. And he says, when you die to absolute death, evil robots rebuilt you so we can use you for the new Matrix. But I couldn't do it without your beloved Tiffos. So I kept you two in pods eating the bugs. And like, so that we could power you as like the big Duracell batteries, not the small ones. Oh, and also everyone in this Matrix is basically a Twitter bot who I absolutely control. And look, here's one right there, who then fires a gun at Tifo's. And now Neo's like trying to really slow-mo save her, while Barney continues to monologue because, oh, it's just so important. And then he grabs the bullet before killing her and then fucks off. Matrix over, and now they're getting dressed down by Guy Pearce because obviously they ran off with the ship without consent, and obviously to try and get Tiffany, which is not in the plan at all. Oh, and also here's Toothless from How to Train a Dragon out of literally nowhere, who then transports them to Lady of Power, who's also been watching Neo his entire life. And she's in the third movie, although probably no one actually remembers that. And she says, "My father totally goofed up and built the pods that you were living in for the Matrix battery. And that's what imprisoned you." Anyway, since you became based and took that red pill, it totally disabled the Matrix's democracy. And now the Matrix, only has Tiffany, it's gonna bloody explode. Oh, you've got to go get her back, dog. It's like, she's waiting for you. And he's like, "Oh my god, you're right. If she stays there any longer, she'll start mail-in voting. Come on, females of power, let's go crack some commie skulls." So what is the plan? It's simple, dingus. Take the car, go to Mum's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a cold pint, and wait for this whole thing to blow over. But Guy Pearce says, "No, you dingus, that will never work. God, you're so silly, NATO. You've got to, take the ships, go into the Matrix, convince Trinity she's actually the definition of a woman, get on the robot, go down to Winchester, then wait for this whole thing to blow over." It's Matrix time, and Neo is walking to a building with a bunch of FBI agents inside. So pretty much like January 6th. And there's Barney, where Neo says, "Let me speak to my wench, you utter dildo. And I'm going to convince her to leave this utter shithole. And if she says yes, then you're going to let us leave this Matrix. But if she says no, you get to keep me and all my shiny Pokemon cards. Do we have a deal?" And he's absolutely fine with it, saying yeah, sure. Look who just conveniently turned up, guys. It's Tifo's, and she's wondering, why are all these FBI agents here? And Neo says, "Look, don't worry about it. They're just trying to save democracy." They get talking, where Tifo is like, "Why does it feel like a memory and I'm actually a really kick-ass ninja?" But whoa. Here's her kids and her bitch-ass husband out of literally nowhere, saying, "Quick, come quickly, mother. Your daughter was at a drag queen story hour for kids and is now in a hospital suffering from cringe." And Tifo is utterly devastated, saying, "No, not my fake-ass kids. I paid $50 for a bloke to dress up as a woman and read Thomas the Tank Engine to my kid." So they start leaving, and it is utterly heartbreaking until Tifo realizes she's actually freaking Trinity, and now they're all fighting big time. So Barney, he just slows down time again, so everyone's moving really slowly, but not him, and says, "Look, I was actually just joking. I was never going to let you guys leave. So, I'm sorry, bro. She's going to have to die." And then he whips out his gun, and is about to do a Trinis Deletus. "And she's going to die. Like, really. Wait, nope, sorry. Agent Spliff just turns up out of literally nowhere, and then punches him. So it's big fight time again. It's like, oh, it's so scary. And it's like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. Oh my god. What's even more scary is because Barney just said, "That's it, I've had enough of your right-wing bigotry. You're all getting cancelled with Swarm Time." But what is Swarm Time? It's where everyone in the Matrix becomes a freaking robo-zombie. And oh my god, there they are. They're coming to do a murder on them. So Neo and Trinity get escaping on a motorbicycle, and they're being chased bigly time. It's like, oh, how are they going to survive? It's so scary. They're outnumbered. Boy, Neo doing copious amounts of force pushes, obviously, whenever a zombie just gets a little bit too close. I mean, literally, anytime they get a little bit too close, he just does force push, and then they fall away. So there's actually no danger here. Anyway, big explosions, and now they're no longer on the motorbicycles. So they run onto the rooftop of a building where there's a bunch of freaking helicopters. And it's like, they are actually screwed this time. Really screwed. Sorry, they've just figured it out. They need to jump off a building, which they do. Wait. They're actually going to die this time. Like, really Wait, nope, sorry, because for some reason, Trinity can now fly out of nowhere. Like, literally, she can just now fly. So I guess she's now the one? Does that mean she's called Trinio or something? Sometime later, and Trinion flies into Barney's house, and Neo took the stairs, and is like, Tiffany? You called me Tiffany? And then kicks him in the face, and he's like, oh my god, she's so tough. She's a badass. Girl boss moment. Slay queen. And Barney's pretty annoyed and says, look, what do you guys want? You won. Just leave me alone and let me be. And he's like, what do you think they want? They want to change the world. They want to remake it from the ground up. Turn it into a base utopia without creepy map people. And install global free market capitalism absent from stupid wars. Oh, and then also free us all from planning permission from the council. It's like, I just want to extend my fence by less than half a metre. I mean, I own the freaking land. It's like, fuck you, Mid-Suffolk County Council. I just want a slightly bigger garden, you bunch of utter dildos. Anyway, film finished, it was trash.
Subscribe button.
It's always right.